being visited with projects from Christmas past.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell sound.
I feel like I'm in a Christmas Carol. I just say my all-time favorite Christmas movie and book ever, because I am being visited with projects from Christmas past. So during the Christmas break, my husband has off. He's military, and the section of the base he works on, they do close down for Christmas for a bit, plus he takes leave. So we have quite a bit of time before and after Christmas. We love it as a family. It's amazing. For my birthday this year, I asked my husband, I said, really what I would like is to have my crochet room better organized and just look a little nicer. I spend a lot of time out here. I film out here now for the Hooked and Steeped with Lynn channel. And I would like to be out here. Once Christmas is done, I sit out here a lot. I do a lot of crocheting. My daughter and I like to stay out here. We like to watch different videos on DVD, movies we haven't seen, or we have seen, we like to watch them again. Like, this is our hangout spot. And it's a mess. Right now, it's full of all the Christmas boxes from the decorations, gifts that need to be wrapped. Everything winds up out here. But for my birthday this year, which was last week, I also, yes, I cut my hair. This is my first crochet video with my short hair. I love it. I just couldn't take it anymore. So for my birthday, I went and had my hair cut. But I told my husband I really would like to have my crochet room organized. And 2 weeks ago, I had started organizing with my cubbies that are here. Like I said, please avoid the mat, just ignore the mess. Those cubbies, all the yarn that was coming in, I needed a place to put it. And I thought, there's a lot of wasted cubby space. There's a lot of things I'm not using anymore. There's things that could go in drawers for when I only use, markers, things like that. So I organized it, and I love the way it looks. I love these baskets. They're nice quality baskets, and quite frankly, I spent a lot on them over the last 2 years. And yeah, they look nice, and I got these little tags so you could see what's in them. But at the end of the day, I am a visual girl. I like seeing what I have, and I forget what is in these baskets. So for my birthday, my husband got me 2 more sets of those cubbies. They're actually bigger than this. The ones he got me are nine cubbies, so I'll have 18 cubbies to fill up yarn with. Make it a nicer space, and I'll be able to see what I actually have for yarn. So a couple of days ago, I thought, I'm just going to look and see, what's going up there. And I looked way at the top, and I thought, I wonder what that is. That and that tote. I'll tell you what they are. They are projects that are either partially done. There could be even some finished projects in here. For whatever reason, I put them up here. And because they're up here and out of the way, I forget about them. So over the next couple of days, you and I together, we are going to go through these, see what is here, what maybe I decide I do want to finish, what maybe I'm going to frog and just rewind the yarn, or maybe even just donate. Like I said, I have 1 or 2 ideas of a couple of things that might be in here, but other than that, I don't know. And these have been up here for a long time. They've been in these baskets and totes. It wouldn't be wrong for me to say it's been a couple of years that they have been up here. So we're going to take a couple of days, you and I, and see what's in here. And I hope this encourages you to maybe haul out any of your works in progress, any of your whips, any of your unfinished projects, maybe take a second look at them and decide maybe you might not like them, but maybe you can use the yarn for something else. So we're going to do this over the next couple of days. I am going to be sitting at my chair with my crochet pillow, just because crocheting over the table like I've been doing in some of the tutorials has been very uncomfortable. I have a very bad back, and yeah, it hasn't been good. So you're going to get a little bit of different angle. I won't show you every single thing, but we'll show you the progress. I also love to watch my baking shows and some of my favorite YouTubers when I crochet, so I'll be watching that on my TV out here. I also have an update for you on one of the projects, 2 of the projects that I was trying to finish that I mentioned last week. My beautiful red tweed heather sweater and the Christmas blanket. I'm going to give you an update on the Christmas blanket right now. I tore it all apart and we're redoing it. I did not like the way it was turning out as a corner to corner. So I've decided to do one giant granny square, and hopefully I can still get that finished. I finished my sweater and a couple other surprises with that yarn, and at the end of this video I will model them for you and show you how they turn out. I am so pleased with how they turn out, but first we need to visit the past projects. Start with the smallest box first so we can see what is in here. I think I might know. Okay, so this was a stuffy. I was working on a pig for a craft show that I was in for homesteading conference, and I had a couple of chickens made, and then I decided to concentrate on other things for the craft fair. And I did sell the 2 chickens, but I do have his body. I have 1 head done. Looks like I was starting on the 2nd head. I think I'm going to frog this. I don't think I'm going to finish it. Mainly, I don't even know where the pattern, this was a paid for pattern. This was from, I'll put it up here, the name of them. I have a lot of their patterns. I do like them. They're kawaii cuddlers, I think is how you say it. But more white yarn. I have so much white yarn. And there was some pink in there. And this will free up a tote for something else maybe. But okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to frog this and get... I'm hesitant. I'm trying to decide because he's almost done. You know what? I'm going to finish him. All I have left to do really is finish the rest of his head here with some ears. Hopefully I can find my pattern. It should be handy because it wasn't that long ago I was working on it. And I guess this will be the first thing we finish today. I promised myself no matter what it was, I was going to deal with this over the next couple of days. So I've also put off doing this because it's probably not my favorite because I have to put all the pieces together. And I hate sewing amigurumi together, mainly because I'm not the greatest at it. I'm getting better, but I'm not the greatest at it. So I couldn't find the pattern, so luckily it's something you download, so I just went to my laptop and printed off just a couple of pages. I was right, it's very little left to do. There's no good reason why this wasn't finished, so I'm going to put on my TV here. And this is my crocheting pillow. Truthfully, it's a nursing pillow for feeding your babies, but it's the exact same shape as the ones they label a crocheting pillow or knitting pillow, and it was much cheaper, and you can pick any cover you want. I will link down below this one. I am loving it. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that to be so loud when I turned on the TV. I love this. I've had this for close to 2 years now, and you can take off the cover and wash it, which is great. I use it for when I am... Sorry, I'm trying to find mute. There we go. I use it for when we're traveling too. It makes crocheting while you travel, because yes, I crochet while we travel. It makes it even easier for that. It just helps if you have back pain, and even helps support your wrist a bit and your arms, and it just makes it, I think, easier to crochet, especially big projects. And yeah, I will link it all down below. I got mine off of Amazon, and it makes a great gift if you have a crocheter or knitter in your life. This is, I think it's one of the best gifts, and or for yourself. So, okay, we are going to get started on finishing this little piggy. to start looking for the next project. This took a lot longer than I thought, and I have to tell you, it's terrible. I think I know why I stopped doing this, because I didn't like the way it was looking. There's just something, I don't know, I think it's the position they have you put the head. I think it should be up here more, and maybe that's me. I mean, I lined it up the way the pattern was. I made the little scarf just trying to jazz him up a bit, and it could be the weird eyes. Maybe I was wrong doing blue. My husband said maybe this needed to be lower. Maybe that's part of it. All I know is I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't even want to give it away. I'm so embarrassed. 3M Grace Designs, that's the name of the company. I've made a lot of their patterns, and this is one of them. This chicken pillow. So I'm just showing you this to show you I'm not absolutely horrible at all these stuffies. It may seem like it right now, but I promise you I'm not. And this is one of my favorite things. I love how this turned out. But that and the chickens I made from their pattern was amazing. That turned out really nice. But that pig did not turn out very well at all. So I'm going to go into my basket here and see what I've got. And we're going to leave the totes alone. Oh, these will be very easy to finish. I made my parents for Christmas a couple years ago a blanket for my parents for Christmas. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. And it's very, very heavy. And at the time, my mom was living in Florida. My dad has since passed. He passed just over a year ago. My mom moved back to Maine, as most of you know. And she brought it with her, so now it's nice and warm in Maine. And I was going to make them 2 pillows to go with it. And I got this one actually done. It needs to be stuffed. This one still needs to have a side, all the sides except for one, so I can stuff it. So that will get done very quickly. This isn't even a project. This is yarn that shouldn't even be in here. I do have a special place for my... Oh, but I've been looking for more white sparkle yarn. Oh, I'm not sure what this is. This was probably the start of a pumpkin, probably, and I ran out of yarn, so I couldn't finish the hat, maybe. I'm probably just going to frog that and put that back into a ball and use it as scraps. Again, this was going to be something, and I ran out of yarn, so we'll take that apart. And then we've got some scraps here. I save all my scraps in jars, or whatever, and I use them as filler for when I do the amigurumi. And I'm remembering now why it's not my favorite. I'm just not good at it. That pig, I'm going to keep the pig, because whenever I need a laugh, it will definitely make me laugh. But that just, you know, yeah, I know now why I stopped doing it. And this is done. I'm not sure why this is in there, other than needing to sew in the ends. But it's just an ear warmer. Oh, to match my shawl that I made. So I can sew in those ends really quick. Now what is this? What were we planning on doing with this? This has got yarn wrapped all around it. Oh, so we've got some yarn here. Cut from this. Oh, I think this I was making a neck scarf. Let me see. Now that I've messed my hair all up for y'all. Staticky. That's what it was. To help keep me warm. So again, it just needs the ends. Funny how that ended up. It just needs the end sewed in. So that won't take long. That won't take long. Okay. I'm going to get this into a ball. And we're going to frog these. Frog these. I have a feeling I know what this is. Look familiar? It's another one of those 3M Grace Designs. I think this was for the donkey I was making, or the horse I was making, and it was not coming out right. I actually finished that. I'm seeing at him, he's like looking at me through the tote right now. We will probably try and be taking him apart if I can. He might be completely put together, and I might cut him apart if I have to at least save the stuffing and the safety eyes and the safety noses. So at least it won't be a total loss. So, and look at that. that basket is empty. I can absolutely use it to hold yarn. Okay, we're gonna finish these projects. Wondering, Lynn, why are you sitting down on the floor? And it's not comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. There's a reason. I have lost my crocheting spot. Right there. And she's looking at me. Did you steal my seat? Did you steal my seat? Are you waiting for me to come back up? This is my crochet buddy, Lily. She loves to sit with me while I crochet, don't you? Usually trying to steal. If it's a blanket, she's usually trying to steal it from me. Oh, now she's over here. Hi. What's Mom doing? Huh? Is Mom crocheting? Huh? Yes. I would say I'd mail these to her, but it would cost a fortune to mail something like this from Canada to the United States. I have to mail her gift as it is for Christmas, and that's not going to be probably too cheap, but I won't add these. When we see her in March, if we don't see her sooner, I will hand them to her, and then she can have them for her couch, because that's where she keeps her blanket. So I had just enough yarn. I'm pretty sure somewhere I have a little teeny ball of this left, because I remember saving it to sew these up, but I managed to make what I had left on the actual pieces work. And this was a Karen Cakes bulky yarn. I could not tell you the color. I don't even know if they're making it anymore, but my parents are American, for those of you who don't know, and this looked very USA to me. That's why I made it for them, and they loved it. So there, that basket is completely empty. It is now nighttime. We had supper a little while ago. I actually have to go run an errand. We have to run to the mall because I have to take something back, and if I don't take it back tonight, I'm out of luck. So I got to take it back. So we will do some more emptying of these two totes. Am I going to get to them all tomorrow? Probably not. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I'm going to start bright and early in the morning, and I still have to show you the finished sweater. So I'll see how, for you all, it will just be a second. Best laid plans, I swear. I had the best laid plans to come down and start this right after breakfast this morning and pick up where I left off last night. And then I remembered our daughter had a dentist appointment this morning, so we had to go to that. We were gone for a while, got back, it was lunchtime, just about, so we got lunch, and then my mom called and we chatted for a while. So now it's well after lunch, well after that chat. I'm gonna see what I can finish. I know I'm not gonna get through both bins. I just told myself we're not doing that. My hope is we can get through at least one more bin. I also don't want to make this video 5 hours long. But yes, hopefully we can get through this bin, see what we have, and wrap it up. And I'm so excited to share with you my finished sweater and other two surprises that I made with that yarn. I am tickled pink with how it turned out. So, oh yes, and Lily is here to say hi. Here's a tote we're hoping to get through today. This will be an easy one. These are slippers that I made, and I found my puff paint. So I'm going to get the puff paint on the bottom of these to make these safe. That's all they needed. And then those are ready to go. I can't even remember who I made these for. These might be for Grace. So we can get that done. What on earth? I don't even remember what I was making. Possibly a sweater. This is Karen Cakes cotton. I obviously had taken some of it apart and had already started winding it up. That's going to go in my basket to recake. I'm not doing that today. That's going to be for another day. Gray and white basket right there next to my Swift and yarn winder. That is going to hold all the yarn that I need to cake up. So I'm going to go add that to that. I will definitely be doing that in another day. That is not a today project. I actually, truth be told, I get my husband to help a lot because he is really good at getting that Swift and yarn winder to work. These, I have no idea what I was doing with these. I wish I could remember. I remember I only had a little bit of this velvet yarn left from some baskets I made. Oy, what was I doing with these? I honestly have no... I've got 2 longer ones and 1 short one. Maybe there's something else in there that will help remind me, but I don't remember. No memory at all of what this is. And I'm trying my best with the lighting. I don't have a window in here, so I have to use film lights, and it seems like I have to move them around constantly, so just a second. It's a little better. Well, I'll get better as I go on, maybe. I'm not the most techie person. So yeah, I have no memory of what I was doing with these, so I'm gonna set them aside for now. Maybe I can figure it out. I'm steeping a cup of tea right now too, that I am going to stop for a minute to go get. It is Christmas morning. Lots of caffeine, which I need. I have a small ball of that yarn left that I made those slippers with, and I'm just saving my little balls of yarn over there. And again, just some scraps. We'll put them with that. Okay, this, I know what this is. This is actually a chicken that I was making. I've already made, where is it? Oh, she's stealing my seat again. Lily's saying hi. I made, that's the same pattern. I just used a different yarn. I thought it would be fun. So we do need to finish that. And why didn't I add his beak and his comb and everything? Not his comb, but his wattle before I stuffed it. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Luckily, I haven't sewn them up, so if I have to, oh, I can totally get through there. I need to find the pattern for him. Maybe it's in here. We'll see. And that's the rest of the yarn that goes with this. So we're going to stick that down in there. Oh, I should just start a project. Just pick this and start. Okay. We are going to do the chicken. And truthfully, I have no idea where the... Oh, wait, what's this? It's not that. It's not that. This is why I need to get organized. I hate printing off patterns again and again because I can't find my original. But it's not in there. So I'm going to go get my tea, and I'm going to print off this pattern, and we're going to finish the chicken today. And I see some Christmassy things in there. I think I'm going to try and finish. Oh, look, another curlicue. What was I doing with these? I almost think they were some kind of ornament. I'm almost thinking I was making an ornament with these. Oh, Lynn. Okay, let me go make my tea, print off this pattern, and I will tell you who this pattern is by. Pattern. I can tell you who that is, and we'll try, and we're going to try and get through this bucket today. We really are. I've got a few hours until supper time, so let's see if we can do it. Okay, I printed off. I found it. I purchased it through Etsy, and the designer is Straw Animals. I have so many of her patterns. I've made a few of her things. She makes me keep trying amigurumi. She's the reason why I keep thinking I can do this, because her things are so sweet. But I figure I might as well go. This is a faster project, so we're going to get this done. So I just stuffed some paper in this just to give me a bit of an easier surface to do this. I really need to get those sock forms that they have for mannequins, or when you're making socks. It's one of those things on my wish list of things I would like to have. So I just have puff paint here, and all I'm going to do is one big dot, and then I'll do another dot here. Oh, I hope I have enough black left. I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to do the second one if I have enough. Let that dry, and those will be much safer to wear now. So there's actually things I haven't finished on this chicken. So I need to make 2 wings and his beak. I think that's it. Oh, nope. And his comb. I'm not putting a beard on this one. and my chicken is done. Now, there is more to this recipe, like recipe. I'm watching cooking shows. So this, there is more to this pattern. There is a beard. I decided I didn't want this chicken to have one. And the feet. I've had a very hard time understanding the pattern for the feet. So I've made several of these now, and I don't put the feet on, but I think they're cute. Like, even without them, I think the artist is Ukrainian or Russian, so I don't know if there's a little bit of translation problems in the pattern to English. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be the total ditz who can't understand this pattern, but I just can't seem to get the feet to work. And I had made feet from another pattern, and I just didn't like them on him. I think they don't need it. This comb's bugging me, but I think he's pretty cute, a little bit original. I use the Red Heart, what do you call this? Bitty Stripe yarn, and I just think he's cute. So he's gonna go up on my shelf. He is done. We got the slippers done. Diving into the tote. I'm gonna try and finish one more project. It's getting late. We'll see. I'm gonna try. I might just be stubborn enough to try to go for more than one. There she is up on the shelf with the other ones I have made. I can make cute amigurumi, unlike the Pat, which is what my family is calling the pig I made yesterday, because several of them said it looks like a cat that may be mated with a pig. I'm keeping it because it makes us all laugh. So I went through the tote just to show you here. Pretty empty. And I realized I can't really finish a lot of these things today because I'm going to have to steam them, get them blocked and steamed. Some of them are, I'll show you here, a couple years, so this has been a few years. The red truck with the Christmas tree was a really big theme, and I had made several for craft that I sold and for gifts. And I did some with green with white trees and some red with green trees. I actually have one for myself, and I even did one for Valentine's Day. And, well, there's a pile of them. I think I have the equivalent here of 4 trucks in the trees with all their wheels and everything, and they do definitely go to better. They do sew together better, my goodness, if I block especially the trees. So I need to block them. And then I also did mini ones as ornaments. This pile here. And then over here is some Highland Cow coasters that I need to finish. As you can tell, I do not like to sew. I was making those for the homesteading conference craft fair, and I only end up getting like chickens and I'm trying to think, some pigs, sheep, and some other cows. So I still have them. I've got one lone little chicken coaster here. I probably will finish, and I'll just keep this in my kitchen. I have a little hat here. I'm not sure what I was going for. I'm going to donate that. It's a little newborn hat. I will donate that hat. And over here, if you can see my mess here, this is part of a blanket I started making for Grace, I think last Christmas, and she loves Nightmare Before Christmas. Loves it. Every year on her birthday, we watch it, and then we watch it again one more time at Christmas time. And I want to make her, I'm making her a black and white granny square blanket, and then one of the squares I am going to embroider, try maybe, Sally's face, and then I was going to make white circles and do Jack's face. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to try. I actually tried using my Cricut and making a transfer and ironing it on, but it did not work. As you can see, it did not come out very well. And it melted my yarn when I tried to iron it on. So I put it aside. I'm going to try and get back to it. We'll see if it's this Christmas or not. I don't know. But I also have a ton of these squares over in another basket. I've been collecting them as I've been finding them in this tote. And I need to block them and sew in the end. So there's that. And then last but not least in here was, this is a little donkey lovey that I was making. And I believe the pattern is from a Hubie on Hubie's website. And I don't think I was using the right yarn. I don't have the yarn they were calling for. So I was just trying to use another baby yarn. I think it's salvageable, but again, I need to find the pattern. I know I just saw that not too long ago. and I'll try and get back to it, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I got quite a bit done. We got the chicken done. We got my mother's 2 pillows that's been in a basket for a very long time. So I got a lot done. I'm not going to be, like I said, I'm not going to beat myself up. I think I did pretty good. I got one whole basket emptied of stuff. So I think that's pretty good considering what the craziest 2 days. These were not how the 2 days were supposed to go. These were supposed to be devoted to just crocheting these last 2 days, and it didn't go that way. But I think I didn't do too bad. I will show you these finished projects because I'm going to hold myself accountable. You're going to hold me accountable, and I will show you these over the next several weeks as they finish, so I can show you I got them done. And then I just have one tote left to deal with, and we might just save that until the new year when things are a little, well, after I organize my craft room and get that done. Now I want to show you what you've been probably waiting for, since I mentioned it way back in the beginning, my red sweater that I made using the yarn from Hirschner's. I have to say I'm very proud of myself. There are some days where I'm just like, why do you keep doing this? And then there are days where I even impress myself. I am so proud of this sweater. And with the leftover yarn, I made the ear warmer, you see right there, and a pair of mittens that I used without a pattern. I think I did a great job. Yeah, and like I said, sometimes I just, like the pig cat that I made, I laugh at myself and I think, why do you think you can do these things? And then I do something like that sweater and the ear warmer and the mittens, and I amaze myself that I really can't believe I made that. Like, I seriously made that. So this is what I'm going to share on my channel. I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the ridiculous. Because it happens. We are not perfect creatures, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. But at least I tried, right? That's the main thing. So thanks for coming along with me while I try to get some of these projects from Christmas past and way past, and trying to do better about not having so many works in progress. I think I just posted a couple weeks ago about how I don't tend to have too many going at once. Well, clearly that was a lie, because the ones I had packed away were probably laughing at me saying, hey, what about all these ones you haven't finished? We'll see you soon.